I had a death experience. I was at a motel. My mom raised 8 children. She would always take us, to help at the motel. We'd go in and empty trash, blah, 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 blah. Well, there was a little girl named Chrissy that I hung out with, owner's daughter. We thought it'd be really awesome to run around and have some fun, mischief fun. Well, we decided, hey, what the heck, we have this dome waiter. Why don't we get in there and ride downstairs, which would have taken us 2 floors down to the basement. Well, oh, okay, nobody's gonna know, we'll do this. Well, she crawls in first, and as she's backing up into the box, and the box is probably about this wide, maybe a little bit bigger. But understanding when I tell you this part. There's the box and it's wood, but at the, like right in here to right in here was an octagon kind of shaped metal bar. So you'd have to crawl into it, right, into the box. And as she got into it, she scooted back and she was looking at me and I was all ready to get in there and she hit the button too soon. What happened to me that day is an experience that was, I talk about it every time I public speak. The octagon bar, when she hit the button, green to go, the box started, going down into the hole, and Cheryl's head was caught in the octagon bar as I was crawling in. Therefore, it took me down, tore the hell out of my neck, encompassed me, because when it goes down inside, of course, it's going to go down the side of the wall, down into the hole. And when it caught my neck, I was like this. My head could have been severed. Of course, would have rode down the curb, down to the basement to see Viola and Maid. That was our thing we were going to go do. What happened at that moment was I became weightless. What I saw, I just want to give you a little synopsis of what it's like to die. First of all, you don't hurt. Everybody thinks, oh my God, it's going to hurt to die. There is no pain. In fact, you are so peaceful that you don't, there's dimensions. Brian Kelly, get his book. There are dimensions we have that are parallel to us, we go through in death. When I was traveling, I could hear, but it wasn't, to me, the same as what we hear now. Normal sounds, it was more wishy-washy, weird sounding. And then from that moment, I started to sense things going on around me. And at the 3rd level, I was able to see what we call shadow people. I knew immediately that they were my family members. I felt comfortable. I felt like I knew everybody there. And it just at that split second, I got that far, and I was like, oh my God, I want to be here. I came back. Fell back, had a huge cut on my neck. Skin was torn. Chrissy's, I look up and she's in the box screaming her bloody murder because it scared her so bad. She knew something was wrong. And I was 11. She was probably 7 or 8. And as soon as that happened, I fell back and started crying. She was screaming. And we both ran, obviously, away from the situation. I went to my mom, told my mom. She took me to the hospital. We got examined, and I had removed several layers off my neck and back, and I have scars and skin, like when you pull the skin too hard, you're going to get all that liquid, and it's going to make a lump, which I carry here. After that happened, that would have been like in August of 1971. it wasn't until November, December-ish, I'm laying in my bed at night, getting ready to go to sleep. And as I'm getting ready to go into a deep sleep, I immediately see my brother Pat in a coffin, my own brother, who I was like this with. So I tell my mom. Of course, the next day, my mom was a great detective in this kind of stuff, you know, she always had to, you know, research things, and she was just that kind of lady. And when I told her what had happened, that I had this dream, she's like, oh, no. Well, in January, my brother actually committed suicide, and I had warned her we were going to take him to work. And back then, of course, you know, you have the big cars, the station wagons and whatnot. And my mom was driving, I was here, and Pat was here. And on the way to work, they get in, you know, to an argument. And like I say all the time, back then, in those days, it was okay to backhand your kid. My mom could backhand anything 50 feet away. So when she got mad at Pat, she looked over at him and just slung her arm and hit him right in the mouth. And it, of course, clocks me. And I hit like this, and I turn around, and I'm like, why did you do that? He's going to die tonight. And my mom's like, I will never forget his face when I said that. He had been planning suicide for months, told no one. And as I turned and looked at my best friend, my brother, he was getting up and out of the car like this, sliding out, and he looked at me, and I looked at him, and I was like, and he's like, giving me that look of how to do this. 1:30 in the morning, police are everywhere in our house. Pat had decided to hang himself, committed suicide. That was my first vision. However, throughout the years, at that age, I was 11. So really, you don't talk much about it because everybody's gonna think you have a little friend, you know? And so I didn't talk much about it until much later on in life, when I realized like Sylvia Brown was coming out and, you know, all these psychics, and I thought, good God, I need to tell somebody about this and start reading, doing readings for people. And I knew I had this gift. It wasn't for the wrong reasons. It was to help other people in closure. Connect with the other side for people that still have unanswered questions as to why somebody died, or you have questions for them. I really started branching out in my 20s to about 30. I would hold reads at my property, or I would go to read people and blah, blah, blah. But all my life I've been able to do this since I've been 11. I don't use it for anything other than goodness. Help closure, like I said. I think the one thing I want to make sure you guys understand, when I channel, talk to the other side, as JD said earlier, compassion is everything. I'm going to give you an example. You run into the room and you think you've got it going on, you know what you're doing. All your equipment, blah, 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 if you're kind of green at it. Whatever you do, don't go into a room here especially and start, you know, getting upset, pushing for information, pushing for evidence and whatnot. Because if you were to come at me, human-wise, and pull the same shit on me, you think I'm gonna talk to you? I'm gonna back off and I'm gonna go talk to somebody who's willing to listen. Everybody has a story right here on earth, and everybody has a story over there. So treat people with compassion on earth. Because when you go over there, you don't want to go over there upset. Make sure you tell your friends and family and people that you care for every day, that you love them. Forgive before the sun goes down. Because you just don't know what can happen when you go to bed. The other thing I want to really point out too is that when you are ghost hunting, give it time for them to answer. don't sit there and ask 50 million questions, because if you were to sit here and ask me 50 million questions, I'd be going, you know, who am I gonna answer? Who am I gonna answer first? Give it time. They'll come to you when they're ready. We don't pick them, they pick us. And so if you already have an open heart, and you really don't wanna know what's going on, careful, I already know. If you want to have a connection, you gotta have an open heart. And be ready to receive it. Anyway, this is story of my life, pretty much. Just be kind to one another. I'm right here. Give me a chat. Okay? That's scary. Was this the child? Okay, who else in your family has passed as a child that you know? I'm sorry?
Before me?
Mm-hmm. What?
Mm-hmm.
Unexpected?
Mm-hmm.
Are you there? Good. That's good that you weren't there. You guys are very close. What do you want to know?
It's still with me. You still feel it, you know, right?
When you guys played, did you play trucks?
Yeah.
Paper toys? Okay. What about building blocks?
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Did you guys get a lot of candy when you weren't supposed to? You are bad, you're bad. I exposed you, man. I just make a lot of food.
Yeah.
Very good. Who had the, is it you that had the, wagon? Who had the wagon? The accident on the wagon? Tell me now. About 3 years old?
Who was
You're very close. Do you been married?
Yes.
Bad.
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Is Christmas bad?
Yeah. Yeah.
You never had really good Christmases, did you? Do you ever hear movement in your house?
Yes.
Okay, I want you to know that's him.
Okay.
G.I. Joes he's bringing up. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
You guys used to play a lot with G.I. Joes. These both army guys, they were green. Yeah. Do you still have these items? I would, without reading you, get the little green guys. You had a glass with those. Did you get beat with the board? Spanked with the board?
Yes.
Same difference? What was the deal with the wedding dress? I seemed really pissed about it. Something was terribly wrong. Was it not right? Took it from you, you mean stole it. Get that. What is the dinosaur, rubber dinosaurs?
My son just kind of birthday.
Thank you. Do you know he's around when your son's around? Your brother?
No.
He plays with him quite a bit. Does he ever say anything about feeling like somebody's there? He wants you to know to stop worrying about him. He's fine. Candyland. And you guys like clean. I like that, didn't you?
Yeah. That was the board she got beat with.
I know. The chocolate milk was that, he's talking about chocolate milk. I love chocolate milk.
Yeah, my son drinks a lot of chocolate milk, and so did my sister.
Don't fall out of your chair, please. Is there a deal with a train set?
Yes.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yes, my son loves trains.
He's around here a lot when he's playing with the train.
Okay.
Do you roller skate?
Not well.
I haven't seen him not being able to stand on skates very much. He died of some medical condition. Is it a cancer? You don't know. Brittle.
Yeah.
Okay. It was a cancer developing problem. Respiratory was not functional. He's looking with him. Except he'll be with him. Anything you want to know from him besides, are you okay? Can you blow out a candle for him? Yeah, he knows. You set out a cake?
I have.
He just told me to tell you he was there. He was there when I set the cake up. You guys used to steal things from one another? No. And you're, what I want you to focus on. Memories of stealing from one another. Did you give him something before he died? You gave him,
Oh, that would have been, I
yeah.
put it on my finger, like, for you.
You know, ring is 75, circle of life. That was his kind of goal. That's what we have now. It's a circle of life, I do know. Anything else? I have a big fat head.
No, I think a hug is good.
I was going to tell you to pat yourself on the back.
Oh.
You don't give yourself enough credit.
Oh. Oh.
Time to drop the self-doubt. You know what better than to give yourself credit for it. You need to be working in juvenile detention.
Oh.
You ever thought about doing that?
No.
Juvenile detentions. Helping kids regret their lives. You'd be very good at it. What are you doing now? Oh. Good school. Juvenile, corrections, police work. You feel like at times you wanna really dig in and find out, well, utilize what you have. And do it, go to school. I'm not done until he's done. Was there a little prayer book, you know, that was put in with him? Ask her. You know, I know, cause he's bringing up a little prayer book, almost like those little precious memories of things. Little kind of prayer book. Special hamburgers.
I used to. The special hamburgers.
Who's reading it? Raymond? Still living? You just said Raymond. He just came through in a wheelchair.
Oh, wow.
Your dad's uncle? Is that what you said?
No, my aunt's, one of them is her father.
Was there animosity?
Not that I know of.
He feels very inside.
Oh,
Raymond's like,
I didn't see that properly.
there's a lot of mixed up paperwork involved, legalities, the state. Are you guys searching for a specific document?
They may be. It will say on it, has to do with the insurance of the house, and insurance policy. That's in question now. Okay. Are they still in the house? No, I think his son is there. He did a lot of things. Yes, he did. Yeah, he did. Underneath the rug. Okay. Is there like antique carpeting in there? I think so, yeah. I know I need to know. Okay. You understand me? Mm-hmm. I need you to clarify that. Is there like an older antique rug that you can try to remember? It would be in like a dining room. Like the rope kind? Yeah. Yeah. An old braided thing, like it's round. Yep. Yeah, I do remember that. Have you guys looked under there at all? I haven't, no. We need to let them know, they need to be looking under that. Okay. He would hide things too in the old planks, woods in the house. Okay. Like on the floor. Mm-hmm. Throw up a great big mirror. He's one of those. Okay. I want you to find it out. Okay. He's confused as to what the topic of watch is. Okay. What does that with you and I do? Guys. When I was pregnant with my daughter, so she wanted you know, that's why you drink. Horses? Yes. Have them now? You want one? You have an area for them, because I said that you could have an area for them, piece of land. No, I know you could. No problem, nothing. You have a piece of land that you could purchase. 3 to 4 miles radius. Does that make sense? Yeah. You need to get a horse and get riding. And life too, okay? Okay. Get off your tiny. It's small. It'd be great and correct. There you go, Missy. You and I need to talk. Are you doing okay? The minute you walked in this room, I was going straight. Are you feeling health-wise? Yeah. Good. There's a lot of bad here. A lot of bad. I've got to be very careful with what I say. Have you gathered any other stuff? Anything new in your life? Wage your cards? Nothing has ever touched you like that. Whenever you have an attachment to you, it is a man that follows you around. Have you had a bad experience? Never in your life have you had a bad experience where you felt like something wasn't just right? Never. Is he within range of you? Good. Protection order? In a prison? He needs to. I'm gonna take you straight up. He's not good. Can you hear me? Big ears. I want you to hear me. He is not good. That concerns me. Have you fought over your daughter? Better get ready. Are you Indian heritage? Yeah, you really had a lot of very important people in your journey of life. Are you aware of your Indian heritage? You need to get busy. You'll find out some really cool stuff about your family. Cherokee? Thank you. You have a very, very strong Cherokee medicine man. A lot of fighting for you. Now. Fighting for you. That have passed over. Do you have tomahawks? Tomahawks. Indian music. You ever thought about camping out in a teepee?
Yes.
Thank you. Why didn't you do it?
I don't know where it is.
Build one. Simplify. Tree limbs. Stack them in a teepee form. Throw some of them over. You'll connect with I'm gonna pull out a needle for you. Cloud. The name. Look in your history. Something cloud. Does that mean something to you right now? Right. Remember I said that. It'll come to you later. But there is deep history. Very important people. Medicine men. Big hunters. Is this in South Dakota? That you don't know? South Dakota. South Dakota. I'm not programming you to believe that. I am saying that's what I see. Trading. A lot of trading. I'm watching you fight, sorry. Been in an accident? What was it called? How are your ears? Ever have tubes? Anything going on in there? Ear infections, okay. Be careful with your ears. We got a lot of scratch. And you're near your drums. pain. You have a lot of pain. It's gonna be. You need to let go of that crap. Okay. Kelsey, good job. You're much bigger than this. In here. Way bigger than this shit. You don't need to carry this crap. It wasn't you anyway. He has trouble mentally. Did he play football? Yeah. He learned the aggression in football. Did not have a very good relationship with his mom. You were a target. Getting out anytime soon? Is he far away?
I don't know how far away it is.
Is he locked up? Needs to be. What is Florida?
He's so good.
That's where he's at. Pay attention, kind of where he's at. That is my one. Keep your eyes open. Watch out. Did he have a gun? He has one now. I'm giving you straight up heads up. As sure as I am sitting here, you need to be very careful with this one. Gang-related issues. Was he in a gang before? He's mixed up in some stuff right now. Drug-related too. Does that make sense? Yes, very deep into drugs. He's sold. He's sold. Yeah. He was running. He was drug running. You need to know him. I don't believe you. Of? Of?
Battling the restraining orders of this month.
This month. You better get back in and make sure that went down. Don't waste his time. Have you thought about relocating?
I did.
Yeah. Further away than where you are.
Yes.
He has no idea where you are right now. Keep it that way. Don't make any conscious effort to go out there and say, oh, so and so. Where's you in with the rolling pin?
Okay.
What rolling pins?
I used to really want to put on my mom's back when I was younger.
Has she passed?
No.
You're really good at that, so you gotta do some baking. Good for your arm muscles.
Right?
Yeah? Or bitter floats. Why am I getting bitter floats with you? What does that mean?
I love them.
Oh, God.
My addiction. I love them that much.
When I was pregnant with my son, I'm just gonna go off the reef for a minute. I went into Goodrich Dairy every day when Mark would go to work. Every day, from like 5 months pregnant to I was 9 months pregnant, and this guy never knew it. Oh heck no! He decided to go into Goodrich Dairy with me one afternoon. I didn't realize he was gonna want to go. I thought, oh shit, I'm exposed. I walked through the door and they're like, "Hey, Cheryl," and Mark's like, "What the?" And yeah, so I was addicted to malts while pregnant. So you know, whatever works
Right?
makes you get through the day. Definitely. Do you have a cross?
I need to.
You don't wear it. Why?
I was given to me by the office.
You need to bury that. Bury it. Get rid of it. It's not that I'm saying get rid of Christ, because he's not in symbols, right? You don't need to wear a cross to know where your heart is in Christ, right? That's just an attachment. You get rid of that. Get away. Actually, give away. I get rid of it and bury that sucker, because whatever we wear, pass on. Bad blood, things that go, if you have a traumatic life, you don't want to have that go on to somebody else, right? They don't need to be wearing it. Do you pull your hair? Do you do your hair a lot? Straighten it. Don't put so much in your hair. Are you going to New York? Haven't thought about it? Okay, well, you're gonna go to New York. Are you thinking about it like as in a distant time? Because I'm here to tell you that that's not gonna be true. It's gonna be coming up pretty soon. Within 6 months. You're gonna be heading to New York. New York. Do you have a thing for fashion? Ooh, you thinking about career change, school, something out there? Because I'm getting pulled to New York. Oh my, okay. Well, you need to look at that. That's a good place to go for you. You fit right in. Especially at Macy's and, you know. Don't spend too much money in one place. Is there anything you need to know from anyone that's over on the other side? You're comfortable with what you don't know. And then your heart is safe and at peace. There you go. Yeah, you're welcome. Oh my God.
You made direct eye.
Oh my God. You and I sometimes. You got an appointment. I think that was.
Right already, isn't it?
Who's in the military in your family? They're close? You have that decision to make there after like, already service? Yeah. You have a what's the chick about? A little bit pissy about something, Steve? Yeah. I got that little, I got it going on, no listen to me, I don't think. That should be fun. You're like, oh, God.
If you're channeling all the past, you got a whole lot of goals.
Yeah. Lori, there's Lori, you know Lori? Did she pass? Okay, she's probably 7 ago. Lori. Photocopy Lori. You have a lot of
You ever try about fish? Did you ever fish? Good morning. Have fish? What about fish? Why would you choose fish? Talk to me about the fish before.
Because I was just thinking of what because I was, what she was saying to you is bringing forth a lot of exorcist or
Yeah. Yeah.
was almost I didn't know if I wanted to bring all
Oh, yeah.
Are you asking for alcohol? Is she watching over this?
Yes.
What's your asking? Yes. Yes. So anytime you that's how it's identified. You're scared about it. Okay, sure. So you make sure that they
Right.
ask.
Oh, yeah, it's very difficult. You have to find yourself. When you do, it's like, it's strong.
Yeah, we,
What you discover about
yeah.
what you learn, your strengths and strength. It was interesting because I was, a lot of things were coming back into my mind on my own experience. And I didn't see anything at all about that earlier. That was ecstatic. She reached out. I don't know why she did. She realized that she was trying to hold a lot of things. No, I have no desire for big cities.
Let's see, so sometimes we think of Mexican Germany. But what's it, there was other things that's
In general areas, she's big.
But for some reason now over there, she's really interested in hanging out with me now. So. I think that's pretty cool. That says a lot about crossing. But ladies and gentlemen, it's been fun, and we gotta get moving on our ghost hunting. If anybody wants to talk to me,